don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own.
Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports. We're in the studio with my man, Steve and Chad. How we doing, big dog? You looking good?
My man, looking good, my man. It's good to be back in the studio with you, brother.
As always, feeling good. We are excited. We got some news, guys. So it wasn't as poppy as I think we were anticipating this weekend. I felt we might have had some more recruits come through. Doesn't mean the excitement's not there. Just means it might be put on hold for a little bit. So we're gonna go over some of that information, kind of see what's going on. There is some recruits that are coming out of the woodworks, get some information on them. Also, Billy had a press conference today, spoke about their second scrimmage. We're gonna go over that. And then the recruits, the boys that got recruited, they played this weekend. Friday Night Lights started. It was exciting. I went to Marcus Stokes' game against Pedro. Absolutely incredible. Some footage, made some great content there. That video should be dropping this week. Going to be an absolute banger, I can assure you. It's been putting it together. It looks really good. I'm excited about it. So that's going to be some good stuff. Sharif Denson, there could be some drama, could not be. I see you guys in the chats already kind of talking about it. So we'll see what happened with that. And then LSU looks to be in some trouble. So kind of a short little show here. Not feeling so hot this afternoon, so we're gonna muscle through here and see what we can get done here before we get started. What's going on, guys? Evan, welcome to the stream. Luke, driving back to Gainesville as we speak. Love it. Jeremy Simmons suck. I love the energy. I'm glad we got to pick up where we left off.
Got there.
Hunter, what's going on, man? Andrew, what's going on, my man? Vice, welcome to the stream. TK Gator Nation, how are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Caitlin Walker, what's up, baby? Welcome to the stream. What's up, mama?
Shoot.
Ted C. Love the hype video. Love it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We posted a little Gator hype video. Get ready for the season. I was pumped about that. I took some time on that and put some love and tears into it. So hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah, a lot of new names in here, man. A lot of new names. A couple folks that I haven't seen in the chat before. So anybody who's new to the channel, welcome in. Good to see you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Sunday afternoon. We're gonna do the best we can to try to keep Shelton upright. He is not at 100%, but he's powering through this thing for the family to make sure that we can do a little something for you guys.
Yeah, it's been better days for sure. Kevin Stokes, what's up, Papa Stokes? Bachet, Daniel, LFGM, what's up, baby? Welcome to the stream, guys. So first order of business, DV first timer. Love the little baby emoji. Welcome DV.
I like it.
So we got the recruits. There were some videos that popped up. So I wanted to go over in case you guys didn't see them. If you guys didn't see those clips, go over them a little bit. Eugene Wilson was explosive this weekend. I want to say it was Collins that had a sack, did a little Gator chomp. Andy Jean looked explosive. Miles, he looked good too. And then I have some footage of Marcus, who threw a couple dimes. They ran the ball a lot. The boy Sam Milton, he was eating. Had 3 touchdowns in the first half, and then it was a preseason game, so Marcus didn't play the whole game. But Nice looks good. Nice looks really, really good. Their defense is really good. They're just a unit, man. Like, I got to go and see them. And I'm a Pedro guy. I love Pedro. I wanted them to do well too. It was kind of hard, but I was on the knee side. The energy was incredible. The first play of the game, they took the ball back. The kick return, they ran all the way to the house. I was right in the middle of it. It was insane. The sideline, I just got trampled by a bunch of just grown little kids. So it was a good time. But let's hop over to our React page here, and let's look at some of the footage that we have for you guys. So that's the little hype video, guys. So the first one here is Miles Graham looking like Derrick Henry here. Absolute beast. I know it's a little small for you guys. Let me zoom this in there. There we go. Look at that guy. Just trucking. Look at him. Gone. And he's not even a running back. He's a linebacker. But obviously in high school, these guys are playing both sides. They play everywhere. Because right. we're gonna see a highlight from Eugene Wilson. He had a pick. I believe it was a pick 6, or I know he had a pick at least. But yeah, that's him there. And then let's scroll down. So this right here is going to be Eugene Wilson. Here he is. Look at this. Playmaker. Give me a little Percy Harvin vibes. Look at that. Two tackles missed. A third.
Can't even touch him in open space.
Bro,
That's amazing. Can't get a hand on the kid.
You're right. You're not catching that kid. And let's watch.
Can't square him up either.
Dude, great high school.
I mean, that's just an easy a route to the flat for the quarterback right there. Like that's an easy throw to the quarterback and let the kid make making just an athletic play. Yeah,
for sure. And look, it gives me like that Tony Gutierrez Tony vibes as well too. Yeah, I mean, just explosive. I mean, you need those guys. Those are gonna be huge for Marcus and Jack Miller and those guys because obviously we believe that Anthony's gonna leave, so they'll be coming here next year. Let's see who else we've got. We've got this is his pick right here. That's Eugene Wilson's pick. So we'll show that again. Just I believe he takes to the house here. Look at this. Hurdling grown men. So very athletic catch.
That's great coverage too.
That's like a snag. That was like a bad throw. Yeah. Like it wasn't the greatest throw, obviously, but still just an absolute snag from him. And then takes it to the house. So good stuff to see from Eugene Wilson. Really excited that. And we've got Andy Jean here as well. They played in a little bit. It looks like they played in Orlando, I believe.
Oh, that does look like, was it Camping World Stadium they call it?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep. Again, wide open, but explosive. Look, playmaker. I think I've got a few more.
Did he catch that ball with somebody's foot? It looks like it bounced off
He caught it kind of low. Let me see here. I have... Oh, that's the other stuff. Connor Clark, he's posted a lot. That's our guy. He keeps us in tune with everything. My man shares it all. Here's another look for Andy Jean. Little bubble, little screen bubble. Give it to me. Give it to him. Let him work. Let him work.
Look, and
there's Kelby. Kelby getting his first sack right here.
The unknown star in that bubble screen was the offensive lineman. They got all the way out to the
right
hash marks.
Yes,
he got all the way out there. Hell of a block.
And then here's Kelby Collins getting his first stack, and then he does a little gator chomp afterwards, which, that's a good time. I show some love there. So, look, it's good. It's good to see the boys eating and the excitement. Again, he's doing the gator chomp. I mean, the kids are excited. First game of the year. The energy's pumping as it should be. So, we're excited to see. They look good. And that's what we're expected. 4-star guys, they should look that good. And we're excited to see those guys turn it up, obviously, next year. Eugene Wilson's fast. I'm excited. I want to see some Mazzell stuff. I'm excited to see some Mazzell. Obviously, we'll have some more footage from Marcus. First real game would be this Friday, I believe, so it's going to be excited to see him play. But again, Nice just looks really good. They are dialed in on that side of the thing. So a little super chat from Audra Wine. Thank you, Mama, for the
Audra,
the
thank you
dollar.
very much.
Appreciate it.
Mama, how you doing? Thanks for being here. I know you've had a busy day as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's been busy today.
She's been busy. You've both been busy. The fact that you were able to carve out some time for the family, I appreciate that, guys. Thanks for jumping on. Audra, of course, Shelton, we couldn't do it without you, of course. I love how you went with the lavender Yeti for the cast today. That was a nice pick.
I try to keep it dicey for you boys. You know what I mean? Keep it spiced up here. Let's move on to, so next we have got Billy had their press conference today. Billy, I said Billy not happy. Obviously, it's a little bit of a stretch. I think he's a little, he kind of came in first thing first, was just saying, hey, we struggled in the red zone again. That was something that was a point of emphasis last week. They're still struggling there. The perimeters, tight ends, wide receivers, not blocking, just in general, not looking the greatest. So there was definitely some frustration on those ends. And he had something to say, too, about Anthony Richardson, was great to hear as well. Let me pull my notes up here so I can read them off to you guys so I don't look like a complete buffoon for you. Something that kind of disappointed me, which I've been hearing, but coming out of Billy's mouth broke my heart a little bit. He said Montreal. He didn't say this, but it was the way he positioned the subject. He said Montreal and Wright. Yep, they look like they're 1-2, like not 1-2. Just kind of he categorized them. He goes, they're doing great. Really kind of found their home. And then he said Lorenzo and the freshmen look really good. Right. So to me, you're kind of separating them into two categories, in my opinion, is how it was portrayed. And I've been seeing a lot of comments that Wright and obviously Montreal are going to do it. Montreal coming from that offense, and then Naquan had a great season last year. He was behind Malik Davis and Damian Pierce, who are just dominating the NFL right now in the preseason. So for him to be behind those two studs, there's a lot of experience there from Naquan Wright. And again, I want all these guys to do well. Obviously, we have more of a personal bias for Lorenzo. That's, I think, where you and I both are. Obviously, I just want whichever is going to be best for the team, and I think they're all in that category. Lorenzo, he talked about in our interview, he wants to be impactful on the special teams. That's something that Billy brought up as well too.
Yeah, I mean, look, Lorenzo's since we've gotten to know him, he's always been a guy who he wants to be out there. He wants to have an opportunity to make a play. He doesn't care where it is. If it's on special teams, it's on special teams. If he's the guy who's a situational back that's going to come in, maybe for a couple of package plays, or maybe even just a third down, quick threat out of the backfield. Look, these guys have been committed to the team. They've been committed to their conditioning, and obviously the season's right around the corner. I don't think anybody at this point is gonna get their feelings hurt if they're not 1A or 1B on the depth chart. They'll have a plan for Lorenzo. They'll have a plan to get him out there regardless. And I have no doubt that when he gets his opportunity, he's going to take the absolute most of it. So look forward to seeing him out there, though. I am pumped, and it's like Spurrier said, it's talking season. I'm ready for some football.
Yeah, absolutely. And then he talked about too, because they kept asking about, obviously, at the press conference about AR. And this is kind of what he had to say, a quick little summary. He said, I think the big challenge for Anthony right now is for him to be fully embraced. And basically said, like, look, I'm the standard. Match my detail, match my intensity, match my focus, match my approach. When he's walking around, if anybody's got a question about how things should be done when it comes to the University of Florida and our football program, they should be able to look at the quarterback and say, okay, I'm going to watch him, and then I'm going to do what he does. So how to take that, I don't know if he's saying that's what he's wanting, if that's what's happening. Billy's very kind of keeps it close to the chest. Is that a subtle nudge of like, look, you're doing a great job. I need more of this. And I'm going to kind of just sprinkle a little bit here in the press conference to reemphasize it, because he probably already said it to Anthony, like, look, you're the guy that I need everyone to look up to. He said this too, which was interesting. He says, I know we all want to put a crown on his head, but the guy has completed 33 passes in his career. I know the great quarterback at the University of Florida, they've completed 33 in one game. So he kind of is bringing everyone down to a notch a little bit of like, look, I know you guys are excited. The guy's an athletic freak. And he says, look, couldn't ask for a better guy in terms of humility, consistency, the attitude. I think he's bright. He's got character. He does all the things that you would want a quarterback to do. Like, the guys are really an inexperienced player. So I don't know if Billy's just kind of playing the system a little bit, or look, he's trying to settle the expectations early. He's managing them very early and saying, look, you guys want to think this guy's going to come out and be a Heisman candidate because everybody's saying he's going to be a Heisman. He's going to be top 5 on Mel Kiper's draft board. I see this guy play every day. Let's just tone it down a little bit. He's only got 3 completed passes. And look, we've got the little flack from the chat that have said that a few times of like he's only done a few things. And we get all that. And I think where this is all coming from, where it always stems from, is just the expectation of what we do expect and what we should expect based on just straight physicality alone, right? That's what the stars are there for us to have an expectation. I think this is him managing it, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Saban does this a lot, right? Where it's like, look, it's going to be a shitty season, and they go 11-1 and lose to Georgia. Kind of
rebuilding year.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Is that what it is? Is he's just like, look, I don't want you guys to come out, and it's him doing a great job of managing that, not, gaslighting the situation. I don't know. What do you think?
Look, I mean, I hate to stay in the middle ground here and just kind of ride the rail, but I think it's a little bit of both. One, do we need to maybe manage expectations a little bit, because the kid really doesn't have a lot of football, at least what we've seen so far, a lot of football experience. He hasn't thrown a ton of passes. He hasn't run I think the full playbook for Billy yet. I mean, maybe, but at the same time, look, you have somebody who's that athletic that feels like they can go out there and they can make plays with not only their arm but their feet. It's a little bit of both. It's the Bill Belichick, Nick Saban approach. I think here it's bring down the expectation just a little bit, kill the hype a little bit. Obviously, state the real statistics here, which is the kid hasn't played a ton of football
Sure.
in Gainesville yet. So I think it's a little bit of both. It's playing the game a little bit, make sure that Anthony doesn't let any of this go to his head, but at the same time,
there could be some concerns there.
Sure.
Okay. I mean, that doesn't make me feel good, obviously, but
I think with the running back stable that you guys have, it'll help him tremendously to be able to turn around regardless of who's behind him, at the start of the play, and know that he's got that level of talent behind him. And obviously the offensive line looks like it's been playing a little bit better than I think some folks expected. So, Is he going to come out there and be, a 5 wide gunslinger style quarterback? No, I don't think anybody expects that out of Richardson. But being able to rely on the running game and the talent that you have behind him on the field is going to be hugely beneficial in getting the new offense installed and seeing some different things. So I'm confident that he'll have a good year. But throwing the Heisman out there when he hasn't had a lot of game time might be a little premature.
Lot of hype for sure. I totally agree. I think it's just managing that as well. Real quick though, super chat from Mama again, $1, and from Papa Stokes, $4.99 says hippo character with stars growing in his eyes, pumping his arms in the air with the word hype pulsated above him.
I'm pretty sure that if you're in the chat, you actually
can see the cool
hippo
sticker
with the stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure if we needed to quote it.
Yeah, I like reading it though. Johnny says, "Why isn't Lorenzo doing well? After spring, I thought he would be the starter." I could have swore 2 weeks ago he was kind of making a push. We came on here. I spoke about it. It was a pretty good look. I'm only speculating here. He didn't come out and actually say this is 1-2, this is 3-4. I'm not claiming that he did that.
There's no depth chart yet.
You have to read people, right? People have a nuance on the way they say things, and it was the way that he said it, the way that he positioned it and phrased it. It felt like these two are the 1-2 package punch, and being Montreal Johnson and Naquan Wright, and then these two, and then he combined the freshman with Lorenzo. Those two were in the same sentence. And look, that's huge for Trevor. I love hearing that, right? I mean, for the fact that those two are working out together, and he gets to come working his way up, because we know Lorenzo, the guy's an absolute stud.
Amazing.
But look, it's kind of it's close to the chest. There wasn't anything else more that I was able to get. Brian says, "Forget about Lingard." I don't want to, but I'm hoping that
no, we will not. Not on this channel. Damn it,
we
not
will never
on this channel. Now, look, we talked about this quite a bit in the summer, leading up to even before fall practice started. But one huge factor that Montrell kind of has in his back pocket is that he played for Billy last year and transferred with him to Florida.
And he had a great freshman year. Freshman year.
Yeah.
Look, I think Montrell obviously is the better back.
Install that offense. Yeah. I think so. I think he's just not only that, but he knows the offense so well. Knows all the blocking assignments. He just knows the book so well.
He's way ahead anybody else. So understanding the playbook is huge. The guy already has the physical attribute that he needs because he's there. But then knowing the playbook, knowing some of the offensive line, right? You've got a little bit of a relationship there. So all those things have a factor. The other thing too, Jack Miller, he's out for 2 to 3 weeks. He has a little thumb injury, which we would think is not a big deal, but look, we know we've talked about it multiple times with the ability that Anthony Richardson could get hurt. Jack's been stepping it up. From what I've heard and what I've seen through video, it looks like he's really taken that second role seriously. He even admitted, I think, after the spring game, like, I sucked, basically, in so many words, and like I got to learn the playbook. I'm going to be better. So he obviously, that's going to be hurting us if that happens. It's 2 to 3 games. That could be. It could be Utah, Kentucky, and then we're looking at Max Brown, Kitna. Kitna seems to be the next guy after that, but these are young guys, and that would just be a little scary. If I'm being honest, that would hurt a little bit if that's the case. So hopefully we can get through and AR can stay healthy. Obviously, we don't want anything to happen to AR, but again, there's a history there, and we've got to be prepared for those things.
Sure.
So
yeah, depth is important. Look, in the fact, Florida fans have got to be extremely excited for the fact that that Miller had thumb surgery on, I want to say, his throwing hand, if I'm not mistaken. So that could be a little scary, right? The ability to not hold the football or not be able to squeeze the football, for a quarterback is, it's just a game change. The game's over right there. But look, the fact that he's only going to be out for a couple of games, at least you have got to be breathing a little bit a sigh of relief if you're a Florida fan, knowing that you're not losing your depth, for a significant amount of time. Couple of games, but you'll have him back pretty quickly.
Sure. Yeah, it's only a few games, thankfully. So really quick, we have Adrian Calhoun, my man, with a $20 super chat. Let's go, baby.
Adrian, what's up, baby?
That a baby. Appreciate the support, man. Really do. Means a lot, man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Calhoun, let's go, baby. So recruiting news. We got a little bit of news. Nothing too crazy. So first things first is Cormani has set a date with the Gators to come for the Utah game, which that's exciting. Could be turmoil if the game doesn't go as we would like it to go. Look, game's close and it's a ball out, not a big deal. If it's a blowout, that could hurt us. It could hurt us regardless if he weren't to go and can anybody else. It's not going to be good. But that's exciting to see. He's going to be there at a big game. The game's sold out already, which I'm sure you guys have heard or haven't heard, or if you're living under a rock, which is just kind of speaks to the energy of this year. And I think everyone's going to start feeling it here. I think as for Florida players, Billy, look, the marketing aspect of things, of pumping up this year's football, just schedule and the coach and the players, I think Florida's doing a phenomenal job. Look, that's part of it. It's all the NIL. It's everything, right? You want to be on TV. You want an opportunity to be part of game day. These things have a factor into it. So that team that's been hired is doing a great job of pumping it up. But then again, with those things, create high expectations. And we know as Florida fans, we don't do well with the expectation managing
Patience
aspect.
Isn't your finest quality as a fan base in Gainesville.
It is not. So Cormani's visiting. Then we've got Tamarian Parker, who obviously decommitted from Penn State just about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Florida is pushing him heavy. And he came out and said, look, I'm going to make sure that the next time that I commit, that I am fully committed. I don't think he wants to decommit again. So he's going to visit around. He's going to check a few places. I want to say Tennessee's involved with that. Michigan, I think, is also, or Michigan State. And so Florida, he goes, look, Florida has shown me a lot of love. They have been basically at his door every waking moment trying to pull that in. So I love hearing that. That's good stuff for us. We've talked about him on and off, but it came out more that looked like he's excited about where to come. Then we've got Caden McDonald. Caden McDonald is a new one. Again, he's kind of taken his time as well, working up the ranks. He's a 4-star defensive lineman. I feel we have a lot of those guys, but love to hear some more O-line talk, if I'm being honest, from the recruiting aspect of things. But look, we've got to you got to fill up these D lines in case guys decommit. So I totally understand that. He's from Georgia. McDonald is right now. He's looking at Clemson is his high one. That's where 247 has him predicted at the moment at a 62% chance to going there. He's 43. He's 328 prospect. Oklahoma, Georgia, NC State, Ohio State, Michigan State, Texas A&M. Those are all schools that are still in the mix. So a lot of options, but he loves the relationship with all those schools and all the coaches, and he still has some official visit plans, and he has a planned visit with, I want to say, us in October, or maybe that's Parker that has one in October. I believe Tamir Parker has a visit. No, he had one, and then he committed to Penn State, and things kind of changed. So, look, there's still some good news coming. It would be a great piece to add to that Kiersey, Kelby, Norman, Hill, and James, that whole line there. But I would love for some more O-line talk. That's what we're looking for here. That's what I'm excited to hear about. We haven't heard nearly enough about it, especially with having 2 offensive lineman coaches. I feel like I know we as Gator fans expected more, and for the fact that we keep losing out on these O-line guys, it kind of hurts a little bit. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, to your point about McClain and the fact that he's coming for the Utah game, I don't know if I've ever in the history of following recruiting, and I've been doing this for a long time. I love the off-season part to keep you engaged with football. I don't know if I've ever heard of a player that went for an official visit and said, well, because the team didn't win the game, I'm not considering that team anymore. What you want for this kid, and what it sounds like it's going to be, is the atmosphere. The score of the game, I don't think really has a whole lot of impact on the kid, but the atmosphere of being in that stadium, with it being that packed out, that type of electricity, with it being the opening game for Billy, that's what really captures these kids. Like, Florida State, I'll give you an example. Florida State hosted Lorenzo Booker many, many years ago for the Notre Dame game. Notre Dame came to Tallahassee, and they beat us. Lorenzo Booker committed during that visit, essentially. So it wasn't the game; it was the atmosphere of what he was seeing around him.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be the same thing with McClain. It's just the ability to look up in the stadium and just see it packed out like that. So the outcome of the game, I don't think, is going to be too much to really have an impact on him. But just to your point, I did see that there is a 4-star safety, Bryce Thornton, who is now down to Bama and UF. He visits UF on the 21st of October. That's a new name. I don't think it's anybody that you and I have talked about. He's still got official visits set up to Georgia, I think maybe Texas A&M as well. But that was a new name that just kind of surfaced.
He's a 3-star. 3-star.
Is he 3? Okay. On 3 and 247, always kind of have him flip-flop back and forth. But just a new name that's out there, and he's already got things narrowed down from what it looks like to Bama and
Yeah, that'd be great
Florida.
for the depth chart for sure. I mean, we got some safety, but I mean, look, we can't. It doesn't hurt. And we got Desmond Ricks. He's a 5-star cornerback from the 2024 class. He's visiting during that Utah game with Cormani as well too. So,
yep.
All good stuff. Good news is coming. I think things are going to be quiet from what I can tell. I know they're starting to prep for Utah on Friday, Billy said. So I think that's kind of where everything's headed for, is that first weekend of football now. Now it's just kind of we're in that weird limbo stage of, look, maybe something happens this weekend with recruiting, but I think it could be shut down for the next 2 weeks until we get some.
Yeah, the excitement right now, and from what it looks like Billy's done, is he knows how to play releasing commitments to his favor to keep the excitement at a peak level and maintain that peak level. I think right now the excitement is starting to trend more to actual football. So, a commitment would be great, don't get me wrong, but you don't really need that maintenance of peak excitement, because now it's transitioning more from commitments and recruiting to, we got football in 13 days. And I think that's where you'll see that. And let's be honest, I know a lot of the folks that are on the chat aren't FSU fans, but look, it's game week. We will have college football live on Thursday. And then, of course, we already talked about what the Saturday lineup looks like. So, look, guys, it's here. It's been knocking on the door with the NFL preseason stuff, but we are only just a couple of days away.
Reminder too, we have our first annual fantasy football draft on Friday with the members.
Pumped.
So if you guys are in that league, don't forget 8:45 Friday. You better dial it in, boys. Okay.
You better be ready. Let's go.
So moving on, you guys are already talking about this. I feel like you guys are fired up, and I'm glad to see the opinions on this. I'm excited to kind of get Steve's on the thoughts on this. Maybe I'm overreacting a little bit on this. So let me go to the React page really quick here and show you what I'm looking at, just so if you guys didn't see it yet. We're going to pull it up here. Give me 2 seconds, and then we'll show you. So here is a clip of Sharif Denson Bartram right here. Watch his hands. Watch his hands when he dabs up. Ready? You saw that? It was quick. See that right there? Man, what a stop, Walker. Golly, you're good.
What are we talking about?
So right there is an Alabama A on his glove.
Oh, yeah. Good stop, Walker. My gosh.
Right? Dialed in there.
You practice this.
I did not. So you see that, right? You see the A. Everyone sees the A there. So the question is it a big deal? Should we panic? People are in the chat are saying, no, it's not a big deal. Like, who cares?
No.
It's not a big deal. So go ahead. Take it away. I'll let you go first.
No, not at all. Look, these guys go to official visits. They go to unofficial visits. They come back with shirts, gloves, all kinds of stuff. Like, I mean, like, throwing an Alabama glove on. Look, what'd the other glove say? Maybe they weren't a matching pair. I don't know.
Wow, I wasn't prepared for that. I was not prepared for that. Okay,
you could have had 2 different teams on, yeah. So I don't know. It's nothing. I've seen that a million times. It doesn't really have much impact on I think the kid's decision. He's just throwing some swag on.
So I typically agree. Like I don't disagree with anything. I like what you're saying. The 2 glove thing kind of threw me for a loop there, and I would agree if he was like, hey, like I'm down to these 3 schools and he's rotating, but you committed. Okay, it's like that's your girl now. Like, you're dating. You put it out there. Your relationship status says in a relationship. Okay, it says at Gators. You've tagged them, and then you're going out and you got a new bracelet. And it says a new chick's name on the wrist. It's like, well, she got me this bracelet, so I want to wear it. Well, no, it doesn't work like that, right? So that's my frustration. Is like, I get it, they're kids. He's not fully committed. He hasn't signed yet, and he can kind of do what he wants. I get that, but you were at Friday Night Lights recruiting. It's like, bro, you came to the family barbecue and you met my mom and dad. Like, they know who you are now. Like, we're tight. And then now I see that you're doing this. It's like, what's going on? That's my yeah. That's where my like it's a little bit of a shade. It's like, look, you're heavily recruiting. You're over here. You're tossing the eyeballs. You're saying go Gators. You're chatting up to John Johnson's ear, and now BAMA, right, sent you that official letter. Maybe Florida's like an 8, Bama's like a 9. You're like, well, dang, she's kind of cute.
What's the meme with the guy walking with the chick?
Yeah, right. It's like,
so that's what it looks like.
That's like where's the accountability? Like, everyone's like, so big deal. Like, well, no, let's think about it, right? Like, it's not okay. Like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay with it. I'm
I
okay
get
with
it.
it.
I get it. No, but nobody would be happy about it. Like, why you putting on some other dude's class ring?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, I
Yeah,
get
I'm
it. It's
with
just
you.
a glove. It's just fun. It wasn't an Atlanta glove. Okay, there was a mullet on the back of the egg. I mean, just it's not that hard, guys. They're not the same. Okay, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
I mean, he could have had gator socks on. I mean, it was a very small sample
Yeah,
size
but
there.
see, look. That here's the thing, right? You troll and you do those things before you commit. Why would you have gator socks on and Bama gloves? Like either way, now you're telling me you're not committed. Like, well, then you need to decommit and say, look, like I'm not saying I want you to do that, but like you're undecisive. I don't know. I'm not feeling.
No,
he hasn't even gone to Bama yet.
With you here.
I don't even think he's went to Bama yet. Now, if he went to Bama, came back with some swag, cool. But I don't know. It's not. I'm not a fan.
You don't get the warm.
He says,
fuzzy
"Damn,
from it.
sounds like a controlling boyfriend." That's not a controlling boyfriend. Like I'll
I just want to know where you are at all times.
Why are you wearing his glove? Yeah, why are you wearing someone else's glove? Like if your wife or girlfriend came home with some other dude's hoodie on, you're like, yeah, babe, I love it. Let me try it on. Like, no, like that's not controlling. That's just like why? Like I'm not crazy here. This isn't me. That's Brian. That's a you thing.
Where'd you get the glitter? Where'd you get the glitter from? Honey, I don't know. Maybe it was in my cologne. I don't know. No glitter, huh? Okay.
No,
it's breakup dust. He has not officially visited Alabama as of yet.
Even worse.
Yeah, he just got the offer too. All right, well, we'll let this play out.
Adrian says, looks like he breaks up with us and we land Ricks or McLean. Are we still pissed? I mean, no, we'll be fine. We went from an 8 to a 10, so we're good. They're not Braves gloves. They are not Braves gloves. Stop.
Sharif Denson, with between Sharif Denson, Marcus Stokes, and Trayon.
I know, Brian.
Those are all out of Jacksonville. Jacksonville they are pumping out some talent. I know, like, not everybody's from Jacksonville, but Sheldon and I are from here. But like all three of those commits are all from Jacksonville.
Duval area.
Yeah, and then Florida State has Roderick Kearney, who's going to Orange Park. That's like a suburb of Jacksonville.
Jordan
Sam
Hall.
Singleton.
Jordan Hall's from West Side. And
right.
Florida State's heavy on him.
Yeah, that's my alma mater. And then we got Sam Singleton out of Fleming Island, kind of the same thing. It's not in Jacksonville per se, but it's just right there in the surrounding area. Kenton Kirkland, who committed to FSU, is at Raines High School, right in the center of town. So Jacksonville's putting out some talent. This is probably one of the most talented recruit classes that I've seen come out of Jacksonville in one singular year in a while.
I agree. It's fun to have it in the backyard. It makes it exciting for us. I mean, I'm working on hopefully getting some more Friday Night Light videos with these kids too. So again, the Nice one's coming out here in the next few days. Lindsay, 13 days till Gators win. Absolutely. It's so close. I can smell it. Last little bit here. So this is Steve. So I'm gonna let Steve take over here and kind of prompt you on what's going on here. Steve?
Yeah, it looks like there's a little trouble down there in the bayou. A term that we haven't heard in quite some time, which is academic suspension. Looks like it's really kind of running through the LSU roster right now. Just as of earlier this weekend, they announced that 2 of their football players are going to be unavailable. John Emery, running back, he's a senior. Looks like he was, if not going to be the starter, he was absolutely pushing for for playing time, kind of a 1A, 1B. 5'11", 220, big kid. He's been there for a while. He's going to be out for 2 games, which includes their kickoff game against Florida State. So great news for us. He'll also be out for the next game, which is Southern. I don't think that's going to be much of a thing, but he'll definitely miss that kickoff with the FS Florida State. The other one, Redarius Jones, is a cornerback. Look, both of these guys, both John Emery and Redarius Jones, played in 9 games for the Tigers last year. Redarius was pushing for some starting time. At the absolute least, he was going to see the field quite a bit. He is officially suspended for the year. He will not be back on and
their quarterback stepped away from football this week too. Or
yep.
It was not their quarterback, but he was like a backup. Yeah.
Yeah. Bryce something. But yeah, like he stepped back, and it looks like the transfer from Arizona State, who has only been there for a little while, is going to be their guy. Which, look, I mean, I don't doubt that he's talented, but it's a lot of transition, coming into the start of the season. Miles Brennan is the kid that stepped out. So that leaves Jaden Daniels, 6'3", 185 as a junior. He's a junior quarterback, and he's measured at 6'3", 185. He is not a big
tiny
kid.
Dude.
It's small. It's small. It's like who's the kid out in Arizona for the Cardinals? No,
Kyler Murray.
He's kind of a Kyler Murray guy, but like Murray even weighs more than that. 6'3", 185 that's thin as a rail, it seems. But that's who they're going with. That's all they got, and they've got a couple of suspensions now, so that there's going to be some serious depth issues.
The running back seems probably like a bigger threat or a bigger hurt, in my opinion. They have LSU kind of. I've seen a lot of picks. Florida is not highly favored by a lot of people. LSU is pretty highly favored. I don't see LSU bouncing back this year. I don't think Brian Kelly can come in. I'm obviously being a little bit of a hater here. They've done really well in the recruiting this year, though. I will say they are on a little bit of a burner themselves, which is impressive. But I just don't know if they have the talent. Again, look, we were talking about AR earlier. Having someone like that and just basically that presence is big. That playmaker guy, kind of something that you can you know that like we're going off this talent. I don't know. LSU, I don't see LSU being that big of a threat. I could be wrong. Could be mistaken here, but these things don't really help either. So
yeah, for sure. And just for the record, and I see a couple of folks in the chat are mentioning Jaden Daniels. His statistics are not good. Last year, he only completed 65% of his passes, and he went 10 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. So that's their guy. That's who they're hanging their hat on right now. With now having a hit at the running back depth. Again, the kid's played 9 games last year. He was going to see the field as a senior for sure.
Brian says Florida is going undefeated until our first loss.
I like the enthusiasm,
Facts.
Brian.
Those are facts right there, boys.
Those are facts. Yep.
Let's see what else you guys are.
Allegedly, Brennan fleeced boosters for $2 million and then quit. Ouch.
Brutal. Took the cheddar and said, "I'm out with it."
You can't take it back. Well, I guess wouldn't he have to play?
That goes into that whole.
Goes back to what we've talked about.
Yeah.
Do you get the money up front? do you have to play the games? Do you give the money back? Like.
Daniel says LSU's a threat when Gator throws the shoe. That is fair. That is fair. Hey, so real quick, guys. Wednesday we go live as well at 8:35. If you guys are brand new here, liking what you're seeing, make sure you like and subscribe. Helps us out a lot when you guys leave a comment. Let us know we're doing a good job. And so let's just keep pushing these content out and pump it out. If you guys haven't seen the new hype video for Florida, the season coming up, we worked on that, put some blood, sweat, and tears into that. Check that out. So show some love. If you like it. If you don't like it, that's part of it too. I got some critique on it because there were some older players in there. Fair critique, but I like showing a little bit of old love. It wasn't that. It was a year old. It wasn't even like some throwbacks, but check that video out. Other than that, guys, it's a short show today. I'm grinding through this right now. I'm not feeling so hot. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with us for the short show. We'll be back Wednesday, full-fledged, and hopefully we'll have some good news with recruiting, maybe not, but I gotta hit the bed. You guys appreciate you guys hanging out. Sorry, I'm not as excited or as hype as I usually am. We'll be sure to rest up and bring it for you next time though. But until next time, ladies and gents, I'm Shelton,
and I'm Holly.
See you guys on Wednesday live at 8:35. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn the bell on. We'll see you guys. Thank you.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally